Today I'm going to talk about the mini bonus album and how to design pages and how to attach the pages. We've already gone over how to make the outside of the album and how to make the hinges on the spine. To make the pages, I use the black paper, black card, and I cut the full length of a letter size paper, 11 inches. I cut it 3 1/4 wide, and then I scored it at 5 1/4 and 10 1/2. These little parts here will be trimmed off, and this is going to be a pocket page. Inside the pocket page, you'll have inserts, and they're cut very simply at 3 by 5. The single pages are 3 1/4 by 5 1/4, and I did use a corner rounder and put a small edging on the pages. So I'm going to show you these in action. You've seen me do this with big pages, and I'm just going to do it with little pages. And I'm really getting down to scraps. So I took scraps for my cover. This is the color of the paper. This is the back of my album. And I just put extra strips. And this is going to be the cover of my album. And I sort of like it. I might add a title, but that's it. Now yesterday I started at the back and I went with a pocket page. And my next page was a single page. And I'm all ready to put on this page, but I want to show you what I did on the front of it. I made a pocket that slid into a single page by just folding over the edges and adhering them down. I'm actually going to put the design on this page first. I'll remove my cover of my adhesive. And add just a little bit of tacky glue to make it more permanent. And today I'm just using regular tacky glue by Aleen's. So I'm adding a little bit where there is no paper and just some at the corners. Now this is just decoration. Doesn't probably need that much. It is a directional paper. So I'm going to put it right in the middle of my pocket. And later on I'll design a tag or journaling block or a photo mat to go inside of that. Now back to the back of the page. We attach the single pages on the front of the spine hinges. And then I put one piece of tape right over the spine. Sure. I think I need a more pointed tool. I forgot to gather one before I started the video. Okay, remove the cover. And now I'm just going to decorate it. And you do not have to use double-sided tape. You can use a tape runner. Doesn't have that much pressure on it. The hinges, I like to use both tapes to make sure it's very secure. But the decorating doesn't require much tension. I only really have, quite a bit of blank space there, so I'm going to just add a little bit of glue in the blank spaces and like 4 corners. And these are designed so they will show about 1/8 of an inch of the black pocket page. Now, this is covering up the seams, so you can't even see the seam where we attach the page. It also covers up the seams of the pocket. Now this is one other way of doing a page, and I think I'll do it the easy way with the tape runner. Now even though my paper, whoops, got goofed up here, got caught. Been sharing this with my grandkids. They love this tape, but sometimes they're too generous. Let's see. Oh, I'm sure you don't want to see me wind up tape, but I'm going to do it anyway. Sometimes the kids will push the trigger on this automatic tape gun and let the tape roll. I'm sure that's what happened today. So I'm just tightening the tape line. This is still the most reasonable way to use tape, or I find it is. I think all you're going to do is watch me wind tape. I probably should have cut it off and restarted it. But meanwhile, since I started, I'll finish. It's one of those times where you say, if you do live or do taping without editing, you get to see the real crafting where you make mistakes. Okay, I think it's almost threaded. I got a little wrinkle there, but I don't think it'll matter. We shall see. Okay, a little more tape on here. Now before I put that on, I am going to put a flap on here. And I'm going to put a magnet. So because I'm putting a magnet, I want it to be secured well. So I'm going to add a little bit of liquid glue. Now this is a double page, and it will have a pocket too, so this will be a little convoluted here. Okay, so I've adhered this there. I have a negative magnet there, and I'm going to put a piece of tape upside down, double-sided tape, upside down on top of, yeah, it's stuck to my finger, on top of the magnet. So this takes a little bit of planning. Let it click. Take off my cover for the adhesive. Now I'm going to put this on by just pressing it down. So now both magnets are in place, and they'll click shut when it's dry. And then I take the page that I put tape on, and I cover up all those little seams. And there we go. Now this will need a cover too, but I'm not going to do that just now. So when you have to add a magnet, you want to cover it with your decorative slices. So I remove the tape that I put over the seam. So even if I decorate the fronts of the pages, I do not decorate the back because I want those seams covered and it looks much nicer. So this one would be the same way. I'm going to jump on to show you a pocket page and how it goes on. I have two pages that are not attached. So for the pocket page, remember it was just a piece of card that's cut and rounded. I take off the little 1/2 inch seam, add just a little bit of glue, tacky glue, fold it over, Now this one, both sides can be decorated ahead of time. Let's see. I think I'm going to wait because I don't know where the back of this is. So I remove tape on both sides for a pocket page on both sides. And then I place the pocket over the spine. I add a little glue, and the way I add glue is I open the page, and on the corner with the seam, I just run a line, I can't show you here, run a line of glue along the bottom, just a little. Okay. And then I push the pocket together, rub off the extra glue. When I go to place it over this double line of sticky, I open the page and place it over, and then I burnish it. Make sure it's lined up and burnish it. So that's how you put on a pocket page, and that will add much more to your album. And then I'll do one more page for you, which is a single page. It's not decorated yet. This is going to be my cover. This is going to be sort of my title page. This will go on the back of it. I'm not going to put anything. I have, oh, the flap's already on. I guess that doesn't work. I thought this one wasn't done. So what I did is, here's your hinge, and it's glued to the back of it, and then you can decorate it afterwards. So I'll add those later. But don't forget, your paper came with zipped strips that you can cut out and add those words to as you plan your pages. And we're going to be, next week we'll be talking about how to decorate the little pulls here with keys and such. So for your covers, I'm going to put my cone around here to hold it. For your covers, you do want those adhered well, so I will use 2 types of tape on my cover. So I have a lot of double-sided tape here, all along like a frame, and then a couple more lines in the middle, and I'll still add some tacky glue. Now it takes a while to design these little pages, but it doesn't cost much money. This is really left over from our wallet albums and left over from the mat board. So it's a very inexpensive gift, and when you can add small photos or cut up big photos and journaling, and it would make a lovely present. So I'd like to see what you do with your scraps. And even though all the pages aren't in, I'll save a few to show you in class. I'm just going to lay my cover down, and it shows very little of the black. I made it a little bit big, but I wanted all those lovely colors from inside the album. I'm going to rub from the inside. Oh, I went a little bit crooked there. Okay, with the glue I should be able to move it while it's still damp. Put it over so the black shows evenly. There's my lovely cover. And I'm going to put the same color that matches the spine on the back. Now I made this one before, and it has a belly band, it has a little pocket. And I cut out a little circle in the pocket pages. So when you go to put your inserts in, there's a finger hold. So it'll be easy to take out what you have inside your pocket. And what I haven't done yet is a little policy envelope. So this one isn't put together yet. And I'll show you how to do that in class, how to make a little policy page or policy envelope there. Okay, that's it for now. So think about how to use your scraps wisely, and to make, with just 3 different size papers, to make some pockets to add to your mini albums. Have a great day designing. God bless.